Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So yeah, today not much happening. Just thought I'd do a quick little update on my engine bay. And before we get to that, just thought I'd show you that I have actually put the OEM scoop back on. Just a quick update on the rec speed one first. So you saw the video where I was complaining about this. I ended up taking it off the car. I couldn't find the bolts, enough bolts to hold this in, so I ended up just temporarily putting this one back on. And then I got kind of annoyed that we spent so much money on this, and I ended up spending multiple days trimming it down, trying to make it actually fit properly up to rec speed, not being willing to do anything about it and saying this was acceptable fitment. Ended up getting it being somewhat okay, but I'm not sure if the camera is picking it up. It's actually started delaminating at the back, and it's not really even where I've dremeled it. Like, you think if it was going to do that, it'd do it like, sorry, I'm going to spin this around. I think it would do it here where I basically took chunks out. But yeah, only happening at the back here, and because this doesn't sit flush and it actually sticks up, you actually see this. So when I'm getting out of the car, it just catches my eye every time. So yeah, unsure if you guys can see that. It doesn't really seem like it shows up, but it's ripply. You can feel it. It's just delaminating. So now it's not just the bad fitment, but it's that as well. So I don't really want to leave that on the car like that anymore, unless I can get that to fit and sit flush at the back. It's off for now. I just couldn't handle it anymore. Kind of at the point where I want my car to be looking better, not worse. So I want OEM plus style, and that is just not it for me. But so anyway, what I wanted to show you guys today and sort of talk about was I finally got my wire tuck done on the car. So didn't end up doing this myself. Just looked like something that I would just mess up. A really fiddly job. So if you can see down here, we have no wires anymore. I did have my wire coming under the fuel rail and then coming along here. That's even gone now. So that was even better than what it is normally. Normally you have this wire that comes here, the big, which is actually this one. So that's now tucked over there. And then everything else down here is tucked. Unfortunately, my injectors are just the size of the sort of clips are just really tall, so there's no real hiding that. I'll probably zip tie this wire down at least. But yeah, so these injectors that I run, that's just unfortunate. If you get a really small little injector sort of clip, they're basically invisible as well. But yeah, that's what we're left with. It does look a lot better. There's still some wire, which is mainly just these. But yeah, down here you can see where it's fed up from underneath. You still see that, but it's not all running around here. And the main one is obviously this one that's here, factory, for the MyVac going into the two injectors here. That's been gone for a while. To do a video on that. That was easy enough for me, but this full NRG Ops wire tuck kit, I just let my mechanic do that. That just looked like a bit of a nightmare of a job for me, really fiddly. As he said, it wasn't hard, it was just really fiddly getting your hands up into the intake manifold and feeding everything back through, and something would get caught every time and you'd have to go back. So yeah, I just got that done. Figured it was easier. I did want to make a video on it, but I just thought that's not something I know what I'm doing. I'd make the video and I'd probably tell you guys something wrong, and I just don't want to be responsible for someone damaging their car. So yeah, that's been done. And I did also have a small part to install today. So you probably, if you watched my video on Letitia's car, which I sort of said was finishing off her engine bay, she picked herself up a set of these carbon fuse covers, and she actually got me a set too. So yeah, shout out to her. She's just the best, always just supporting my hobby of cars and car parts. But yeah, she's also just as bad. So she bought a set. She actually ordered two. So I've got these. I ceramic coated them. So I'm going to just sit those on The big one over here. So there we go, there's another little touch for the engine bay. Yeah, I was really happy with it on hers, with the carbon fibre MAF cover, and yeah, now for mine as well, so all that sort of flows. I have the APR tray obviously to flow in, and I used to have the carbon coil cover, but now have obviously the titanium one from RK Titanium. And speaking of the titanium, and RK Titanium in particular, do actually have one part on the way, should be here any day now, kind of got shipped from America, record time, made it into Australia in like, you know, a week, a couple of days, and then it's been about 3 weeks now, I feel like, that it's just sat at the airport in Sydney in customs or hasn't moved. So yeah, hopefully that's coming, and then I have one more piece after that that I'm going to be ordering. So Rob at RK Titanium, if you're watching this, I know it's a part you don't want to make anymore, but I'm gonna need you to make me one because I really need it to finish off this engine bay. And then after that, we just have some repainting to do. So yeah, these pieces that are blue, I'm going to get professionally repainted. Same guy who did Letitia's engine bay parts. They turned out amazing. So I want to get them done. I mean, they don't look too bad in video, but in person they're just not glossy. Yeah, I didn't sand them down properly. I did it on like a rainy weekend where there was lots of moisture in the air. It had basically been storming for 2 weeks here. So yeah, this one kind of is okay, but I just want to get them all redone. I'll be super glossy like Letitia's red ones are. But then what I'm also trying to work out is, been sort of considering for a while buying the an aftermarket one of these, the Cusco, whatever it's called. It is blue at the struts and then sort of chrome in the middle, which I think will really match my engine bay because I have you know, obviously the titanium, which has a bit of sort of chrome look, and then it has the blue. The engine parts will be blue, so I'm trying to work out if I should buy that. It's pretty cheap. Doesn't really do anything from what I've seen. Just it's a little bit lighter. The factory one's fine, and I like the look of the factory one. But yeah, trying to weighing up buying that. But other than that, that's it. Engine bay project is like basically done. Yeah, eventually I possibly will get like a titanium intake, like a custom one. But you know, really, I don't mind my intake setup. I like the sound. And I'm also, I did mention in Letitia's engine bay video, going to hydro dip this in carbon fibre. I just think it'll flow a bit better. And it's painted like gloss black at the moment. I did a really bad job of it. So yeah, I just want to get it hydro dipped. I think it'll flow a lot better with the carbon parts, and there's not really anything. Now there is a few black pieces, but nothing really gloss black. So I could get it powder coated to suit the Evolution by Design heat shield. It's got this brake one and the firewall one back there, but yeah, I think hydro dip this carbon, repaint these blue pieces, and yeah, this engine bay, like, pretty stoked with this. I'll throw a photo up now, like an overlay photo, just showing you this engine bay when I picked it up, which is completely stock, to now. Most of those changes though happened in the last like year and a half, I guess. Right before I started this channel was when I really started doing the a lot of engine bay stuff. So yeah, I'll throw that photo up. Hopefully you can see that there's a lot's gone into it, and yeah, it became an addiction. So this is now, yeah, kind of like a centerpiece of the car, I guess. Like I can happily pop the bonnet or the hood at sort of car meets and stuff and show it off. More so once I get this stuff repainted, because that does kind of, like, I'm not embarrass me, but yeah, it's kind of the letdown. Like everything looks great, all the piping, all the titanium, I like the color themes, but just the quality of the paint job that I did on those 3 pieces. Yeah, but yeah, this is something I'm pretty proud of, that I've, yeah, sort of had a vision. I wanted like blue and carbon. Titanium came as an afterthought, but then, yeah, once I realised I wanted to go with the titanium direction, it really took off. So yeah, it's really it's sort of like my ideal dream engine bay. I'm really happy with it. So I just thought I'd update you guys and also just install these two guys here. And yeah, show you the wire tuck that's been done, which let's give you another shot of. You can see the intake manifold now. It just looks a lot cleaner without sort of a bunch of wires going around it. Yeah, so that's all I had to show you guys and talk about today. Not the most exciting video, I know, but yeah, just did want to have a clip of me throwing those on, because possibly once I get a new laptop and sort of up my editing skills, I really would like to make one of those videos where it's like, you know, transforming a car in, you know, 10 minutes or 15 minutes. I've got a lot of clips of putting mods on this car, so I can really sort of throw all those together in a, you know, hopefully a fun little cool edit, and then show the after results at the end. So yeah, now I'm at the point where I want to film everything, and because I got the wire tuck done, I thought I'd just do this little video. But that's enough rambling on. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Let me know what you think of the engine bay. What do you think, if anything, I should do next, or should I just leave it and move on to another project? Yeah, definitely give it a like down below, and yeah, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, definitely consider subscribing. But until next time, I'll catch you guys later.